Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I am Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Effectively, we're two of the Office Blokes.
Yes, we are.
We had to. We went axe throwing the other night and had to give Office Bloke Mike the old chop, didn't we? The old rusty chopper to the face.
The copper chopper to the slap round the head.
It's true.
The copper chopper to the cheek.
It is true, and
the cheeks.
It was quite easy to do, to be honest. And then it was over my shoulder, and I walked off. Okay, hey ho,
Mike.
Hey ho, off to work we go. Anyway, yeah, Office Bloke Mike. He's passed his best, so we stinks, doesn't he? So we just got rid. Put
him in a wheelbarrow straight down to Sunderland Road tip.
Yep, but not before we got him to sign his likeness in perpetuity to him. So look out for the new Office Bloke Mike £1.50 merch that's coming out very soon. So there you go. Right then, I don't know if you remember, but Will Smith caused a bit of a stir at the Oscars.
Who's he?
This year. He's that guy that was in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Carlton, he played. That was the one. He's gone and done an apology. So I've not seen this.
No, me neither.
I have nicked it from another reaction channel that I saw come up in the feed. Someone had reacted to it, and I thought that's.
Well, we did Jada Pinkett Smith the other day, didn't we?
Yeah,
not her, because Will let us. But it was
she was after it, but we were like, nope.
Not with that haircut.
You get confused between the two. Exactly. That's the problem. I mean, we've done reactions to the slap and to comedians' reactions to the slap and to Jada Pinkett Smith and Chris Rock. There was like a back and forth and stuff. But I thought, it'd be nice to hear from the guy himself, because I always liked Will Smith.
I could take him or leave him.
I don't particularly dislike him because of what he did. I just think he showed himself to be one of this kind of elite that is nothing like us. Like we've touched on, they might as well be aliens. They're on another planet.
Wasn't he an alien in one of the films he did? Or was he anti-alien?
He played a mutant, kind of a superhero.
When we're the only ones in the building.
Mike. No, I did. I'm not saying I dislike him now. I think he's just really he's just kind of shown himself up a bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's see if he can redeem himself with this. Be interesting to see.
Let's see. So what he's got to say.
Will Smith, my behaviour was unacceptable. He addresses Oscar's slap and apologises to Chris Rock. We did touch on this on the last video, that we kind of think that apologies and making amends should be done behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
And this is kind of like potentially grandstanding.
Yeah. Oh, look at me. Yeah.
Yeah, to try and get your career back, you've got to make it public that you're doing the right thing. But we'll see.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize.
Are you going to mention about a poster in the back that says, "The world is sick, love is the cure"? In the meantime, I'll go and slap someone right on live TV. It's going beamed around the world.
I was going to talk about that phallic-looking lamp on the right, actually. Looks like a mushroom. No, I wasn't. I was just going to say the production in this makes it feel really insincere. The changing of camera angles, the
slow speech,
the blurred bit at the beginning with the kind of the apology note written by a kid that's been in timeout.
Yeah,
if it was just him talking to camera and there was no you don't need any production, just a bit of lighting and just you talking to a camera will come across tons more sincere.
Why don't you just send this to Chris Rock though? Why does he have to put it out on a public platform?
It's for his career. I mean, he's been a public figure since he was like, 16, 17, and it's a real fall from grace. So he's got to do something to try and get back to where he was. So I understand the move. I think it should be done behind closed doors. But if Chris Rock's not down for it, then
leave it.
Well, yeah, but he's not going to get his career back without doing all this stuff. He's probably got a PR team saying, "Listen,
this is what you got.
Damage limitation. You're not going to get everything back, but if you do this, this, and this, you get some back." Yeah, I'm not sure about it yet.
No, me neither.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something?
It's just, I know we're not finished it, and there's lots that he could say. I think his way out of it would be to sort of acknowledge some of the stresses and that he was over defensive of his wife because they were potentially a bit rocky and he was overcompensating.
When it mentions her here.
Yeah.
It might mention something like that here, but I just think he's, like you say, you're going on about Tony Rock and he was my man and all that.
Well, you don't. If that's really your man, you don't smack his brother, do you?
Yeah, exactly. But also, your apology goes out to all the people that were watching it, maybe as well, and so the mess you made at the Academy Awards.
Yeah,
It's
There's been some acknowledgement, but there's not been any acknowledgement as to what really made him snap.
Yeah, what triggered him,
and he should actually openly discuss the joke as well. I think.
Yeah,
I think that needs to be acknowledged.
He might do.
No. It's like, I made a choice on my own from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
What do you think?
I think it's just a stage project, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah, I didn't feel particularly like he absolved himself there. I think he just sort of. Why did you do it?
He's not answered that.
He's not answered that whatsoever, and he's not acknowledged the fact. I know he said it was. He deeply regrets what he did, and he can't justify the fact that he did it. Great, but that's not really.
You've got other people that came up after the event, what went down to collect their Academy Award. That was all overshadowed by it, and then people might never ever get that chance again.
No, probably won't.
You know, to win
not many
Academy
people.
Award. How many people win many?
multiple-
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So he's kind of fucked them over. You know, he's just the whole Wilton. He never got arrested for grievous bodily harm sort of thing.
Yeah.
So there's a load of questions that everyone else has got. And then he gets an award, and he gets the balls to go and stand up and collect it and take the limelight again off everyone else that was there.
Yeah, and get the standing ovation.
Yeah.
Not acknowledge it because he was fuzzy.
Yeah.
And that just kind of backs up the fact that it's all about you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, he had ample time to sit there and reflect on what had just happened before he went up, and he should have, when he accepted his award, just gone, you know what, I've really fucked up here.
He shouldn't have even been there to accept the award. He should have been thrown out.
Yeah, he should have been ejected. Absolutely. I don't feel that really cuts it.
The bit that bothers me about it, if that was just, you know, John Smith who jumps up from the crowd and walks forward and says something to Chris Rock and slaps him. Security be all over him, be straight out, carted out, arrested, whatever, you know. He'd definitely be carted out. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, the guy that attacked Dave Chappelle, what happened to him?
Yeah. And what's the difference?
Not really much.
No.
I know he was armed, the guy that attacked Dave Chappelle, but really...
We don't know if he was armed. We don't know.
I will say he looked pretty thin there. He looked like he's...
Lost weight.
Yeah. Like it's obviously affected him, which, you know, you've essentially lost your career.
Good.
All these movies he had in the pipeline, which, like Bright, that I talked about the other day, they were supposed to be making number 2, and I quite liked the first one. So I was looking forward to the second one, and he's ruined it for me, so where's my apology?
Yeah, well, they let someone else have a go now. You know what I mean? It opens the door for someone else.
You know what, that's a good way of looking at it, because there's lots and lots of talented actors
He's had
out
his
there.
time, he's dicked about, he's fucked up. See him, jog on. Go to the back of the queue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've had your chance.
It's a tough one, isn't it? Because it's not the slap necessarily that is enough to justify losing your career. It's the behaviour after it. It's kind of everything that is around it. Because everyone can get angry and hit someone every now and again.
There's a list of people we saw a list of people who have been banned from the Academy. You don't want to be on that list.
No,
these
not
people,
when you look at...
These people have done a lot worse than what he's done there. But at the same time, he's done enough to be. We're not talking about the other incidents. We're talking about this one.
Yeah,
and that's the bit you shine a light on this one, saying, "Well, look at this. He should never have done it. He should never have been there to accept his award. His apologies very shallow.
It was very shallow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was almost like he's talked it through with a therapist, and he's kind of written a script based off, you know, my central trauma is letting people down, and it's like, well, no one gives a shit right now what your trauma is. That's not what you're justifying or explaining. You've done something wrong, and you're now talking about yourself.
Yeah, and you're issuing this from your multi-million pound mansion. Don't know where. You're going out there to people who the cost of living's going up and everything. People are struggling to live, and then this guy's giving, and then his missus saying, "We need these two very intelligent men in the world Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah, the world needs you right now.
What do we need you for? Chris Rock's great. I love watching Chris Rock.
Yeah.
You know? I watch Chris Rock all day, every day.
Yeah.
But as far as Will Smith goes, couldn't give a shit if I never see him again.
Well,
And that was before the slap.
Yeah. But like I say, I quite liked him, and I don't particularly dislike him after all this sort of stuff. I just think he's just shown himself to be different to us.
Yeah,
you know, he's not a man. He's not a man of the people whatsoever.
No.
But I think he's shown up that the vast majority of the people at those awards are not people of the people, because of all the standing ovation and how fake it all is. It's like no one wants that anymore.
Well, you know how fake it all is. Bloody Harvey Weinstein was there parading for years and years and years, and no one said shit.
Yeah, well, precisely.
You know what I mean?
The whole thing's so antiquated, and I think one thing with the rise of online media is people want a bit more sincerity. They want to get to know the people that they enjoy watching, and I think that's eventually going to replace the vast majority of these elites that are just aliens in comparison to us.
Yeah, they don't know. They're going off what a PR company wants to hear and what they want to. This is what you've got to say. He's been told. So it's like Prince Andrew when he did his What's It. You know what I mean? You know what the British public think of that.
Yeah, tell them you can't sweat.
Yeah, exactly. Tell them you're at Pizza Hut. Yeah, of course you were.
It's crackers. But all these people do damage limitation. If you're going to come out and he did say, you know, I'm human and I make mistakes, which it's one of the things that you'd want to hear from someone in that context, where you go, listen, I just lost it, and I'm paying the price for it. I'm really sorry for what I did. I just lost it. You know, I was under loads of pressure and I just flipped. Yeah, and that's almost enough.
My missus does me head in. She's pecking me head every 2 minutes, and then he starts going on her, and she's pecking me head again for me to do something about it, giving me the side eye. And then I've got to get up and do something. I'm pressured there by peer pressure to get up and go and do something. So I get up and slap him. Really sorry, mate.
You know what the move to save his career would have been to instantly leave his wife and go on Rogan and say, listen, she was horrible to me. Yeah. All the speculation about her is true. She abused me. She was cheating on me. She's doing all this stuff.
She kept asking for her haircut every 2 days.
And I just...
Manscaped.
And I just lost it. You know, I was under too much pressure and I finally snapped. And then everyone would be like, I understand, mate. You know, it's rough.
Yeah. You've got to come back. You've got to come back with something that people want to hear from you, not what you're told what to say. Sincerity plays a big part in that.
Yeah, we all do. You're right there, because we all do dumb stuff. But if your apology's insincere, people can see through it quite quickly.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah. Well, let us know what you think in the comments below. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.